Okay, this this will be an absolutely insane trade if it were to happen. As you guys know, your boy Luka Doncic, he's in a bad position right now. Okay, he is such a great player, but as it stands right now, the Dallas Mavericks do not have enough to contend for a championship, let alone contend to even get to the finals. Woo, he's in a bad spot.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
So with Luka Doncic being in a bad spot, we're starting to get articles like this. Now don't get me wrong, okay? I like the Air Alamo, but this suggestion, this is just absolutely ludicrous, okay? So we're gonna take a look at this. Won't be here for long, okay? If you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. I appreciate all of the love. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So let's see here. So this is an option that they gave the Dallas Mavericks. So Dallas receives Devin Vassell, and I know Spurs fans going crazy. Okay, Devin Vassell. Okay, Devin Vassell, Doug McDermott, and Zach Collins for Davis Bertans going back to San Antonio, Tim Hardaway Jr., first round picks in 2025, 2027, and 2029, and second round picks in 2027 and 2029. Now, let me go ahead and isolate the variable a little bit, okay? I don't care about Doug McDermott and Zach Collins leaving at this point. I'm not saying they're bad players or anything. I like Zach Collins, I like Doug McDermott, but they're not necessarily part of the Spurs' future, okay? The big one here is obviously Devin Vassell. Now, would I get rid of Devin Vassell for 3 first-round picks? Because this is how I'm viewing it, okay? I mean, obviously, you get rid of, some other players. This is how I'm viewing it, though. I'm getting rid of Devin Vassell for 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks and Tim Hardaway Jr. Those kind of the big ones right there for me. And I think I definitely would, but there's no way Dallas Mavericks would do that. Nor do I think that makes them so much better. Now, Devin Vassell, I mean, you'll be basically right back where you were last season with, his role being Brogdon, but I don't think Devin Vassell is as good of a scorer as Brogdon is. Not yet, right? So I just don't see how that works. But let's go ahead and read through what their reasoning here is. This third option is least likely and easily the most questionable. Why on earth would the San Antonio Spurs give up their most valuable player? I'm wondering why on earth would Dallas Mavericks give up 3 first-round picks and 2 first-round. Yeah, moving on. The 2 Maverick players listed in the scenario would fit well on the current roster. We've been invested in Hardaway for some time, and he is an upgrade as a shooter. He scores more and better than McDermott. Bertans comes over mostly to make a salary work. Yeah. But 3 unprotected picks is a solid return for Vassell. That's an absolutely insane return for, guys, you gotta contextualize this, okay? The 3 unprotected picks. It was insane for us to get that for DeJounte Murray, okay? An all-star, a guy that we've developed, put so much time and effort in. That was insane, okay? Now, getting 3 unprotected first-round picks for Devin Vassell, I mean, I don't know why we would question that. But moving on, the Dallas Mavericks are in possession of a lucrative draft positioning for upcoming seasons, and given the present day situation of both clubs, it is clear the Spurs need those more than the Mavericks do, just as the Mavericks need another championship more than the Spurs do. I don't like that wording. I mean, we won in 2014. They won in 2011? That's not that far apart. Yeah, okay. Too many Spurs fans, discussions like this may seem depressing, uncomfortable, no, and just downright sad. No, it's not sad at all, especially when there is a trade with a rival like Dallas being discussed. Are they even still our rivals right now? I don't feel like we have any rivals. Like back in the day, man, we go against the Suns, I'm pissed off. We go against the Lakers, I'm pissed off. We go against the Dallas Mavericks, I'm super pissed off, but I don't really feel that anymore. I felt this negativity wave come over me the other night at the AT&T Center. Okay, listen, least likely this would not happen whatsoever. You're not going to get 3 unprotected first round picks for Devin Vassell at this point in his career. That's just not going to happen. Nor do I see this as being that beneficial to the Dallas Mavericks, to be honest. The problem with the Mavericks, and this is just my perspective on it, this is my opinion, I think the biggest problem is understanding how to build around someone like Luka Doncic, because Luka Doncic is so good at everything till it's kind of hard to understand or figure out how to build a team around him, you know? Like, do you take the ball out of his hands and allow him to just pass it out to shooters? Do you just try to fit around him just taking on a role where he's just going to be the primary shooter? And it's like, no matter what, you're going to have to take the ball out of his hands, but he does so many things so well till it's hard to figure out how to build around him. And the Dallas Mavericks, one thing that they did, which I've said this before and people do not agree with it, is that I don't think the San Antonio Spurs, if we were to get Wemby, I don't think that's a win now situation. I just don't. I think he's going to still need a little bit of development or whatnot. You get yourself Wemby, and then after that, you're still going to have to grow. We're still going to have a season or two of being not that great and also getting more lottery picks. Getting some lottery picks, and you have to build up from there, and you create that new dynasty that way. I wouldn't necessarily get Wemby and then just go all out on trying to build a team around him, right? And I feel like that's kind of what the Dallas Mavericks did, and it's not panning out. Now, did they go to Western Conference Finals? Yeah, sure. They really got hot, but at the same time, I just don't think that that's a great way of going about this, because you're just going to screw yourself in the future when you do it that way. Does it always happen like that? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it kind of does. You kind of are screwed over when you do that. You don't really want to do that. Same thing happened with LeBron James. Very similar to Luka, where he can do a little bit of everything. Same thing. Went to the Cavs. They went all in as far as like just building a team around him. You don't do that day one. You still got to keep building that team a little bit. Some people are afraid, well, Wemby is gonna leave, he's just gonna leave the Spurs, it's like, bro, you can't think that way, man. You gotta build, you gotta convince him in what direction this team is going, you gotta convince him to buy into what direction we're going in, and you wish for the best, man. We can't sit here and just worry about how we need to cater to a star so they don't leave. Because here's the thing. If you cater 120% into the idea that we have to win right now, we get this player and we throw everything at him right now and try to win, it's not going to work out. You're going to lose. They'll probably eventually leave. Or you can go in the other direction, in which you try to do it the right way, try to gradually build this thing up. And if they leave, then it's the same result. But at least the other option, the second option that I laid out, at least in that option, you have a better shot of a dynasty and better shot at winning a championship. You can see this with any dynasty that ever been. I mean, unless you have like a team like, a franchise like the Lakers, a big market team, sometimes, they can get away with a few things. But for the most part, if you look at dynasties, typically that's how it kind of goes. Okay. Even with the Golden State Warriors, exact same thing. You got to build it. You got to build it up. It's not going to happen overnight. The reason why they were been a powerhouse didn't come out of nowhere. Okay. It was the drafting that they had to do. So it just gradually happens. But anyways, I'll get with you guys later. This is an absolute asinine trade. This would be awesome, but there's no way, dude. I'll get with you guys later. Until next time. Bye.